There are moments in life when you feel the world tightening around you. Moments when your breath becomes heavy, your chest closes in, and your mind whispers that you've had enough. The weight of responsibility, the pressure of expectations, the chaos of uncertainty, all of it piles up until giving up feels like the only escape. But those who walk the warrior's path know something different. They understand a quiet, invisible strength that can only be found in the darkest hours. A strength that doesn't roar, but endures. A strength called Gaman. Before we begin this journey into the heart of perseverance, into the ancient Japanese philosophy that transforms ordinary people into unbreakable spirits, take one moment to breathe. And if you walk this path too, the path of discipline, self-mastery, and calm resilience, subscribe and walk with us as a true Zen warrior. Gaman is not about forcing yourself to smile through pain. It is not blind endurance. It is not the shallow positivity that tells you to stay strong without telling you how. Gaman is deeper. It's the art of preserving your dignity, your presence, your inner equilibrium, even when life tries to shake you apart. It is the quiet courage to stand firm in the storm without letting the storm enter your heart. And in a world where so many crumble under the noise of their own emotions, Gaman is an ancient, priceless strength. Imagine a lone figure standing in the heart of winter. Snow is falling hard, wind is slicing across their face, and every step forward feels like pushing through a world determined to stop them. Yet they don't rush, they don't panic, they don't break. They walk with steady breath, steady pace, steady mind. This is Gaman, not the absence of difficulty, but the mastery of response. Throughout Japanese history, countless warriors, monks, and ordinary people built their lives on this principle. During times of war, famine, natural disasters, and unimaginable hardship, Gaman became a lifeline, a reminder that even when the world outside collapses, the world inside can remain intact. The samurai knew this. They trained for it, and they passed it down not as a rule, but as a way of being. In today's world, it might seem like ancient philosophies no longer matter. But if anything, they matter more than ever. Because now the battles aren't fought with blades. They're fought with doubt, with anxiety, with distraction, with fear. The storms we face are internal, our enemies invisible, and our suffering often goes unnoticed. Yet the principle is the same. The strength of a warrior is not measured in victories, but in the will to continue walking. When you embrace Gaman, you learn to endure without self-betrayal. You learn to hold your ground without collapsing inward. You learn to stay calm, even when you're tired of being strong. Think of a moment in your life when everything seemed to fall apart at once, when you felt overwhelmed, cornered, or fragile. Maybe it was pressure of work. Maybe it was a relationship falling apart. Maybe it was the fear that your efforts would never be enough. And yet, you are still here. You kept moving. You may have bent, but you did not break. That, even if you didn't know the name for it then, was Gaman. But Gaman is more than endurance. It is intentional endurance. It's choosing to face struggle with grace instead of bitterness. It's the discipline to control your reactions when circumstances are uncontrollable. It's the understanding that strength is not always loud. Sometimes it's a whisper, keep going. Just one more step, breathe, endure. The storm will move on. Modern psychology now echoes what Zen masters taught centuries ago. The way you interpret pain matters more than the pain itself. Neuroscientists call it cognitive resilience, the ability to reframe discomfort into meaning. Psychologists call it distress tolerance, the ability to hold your emotions without drowning in them. Zen philosophy calls it presence, the art of staying rooted in the now. But in Japan, woven through centuries of culture, experience, and silent strength, they simply call it Gaman. When life tests you, when your emotions surge like a tidal wave, when you feel the pull to react impulsively, Gaman teaches you to pause, to return to your breath, to return to your center, to act, not from panic, but from clarity, to rise above chaos with the stillness of a mountain that refuses to bow to the wind. And here is the truth. Those who never give up are not stronger than you. They are not braver, not tougher, not born with some mystical trait you don't possess. They simply understand something many people never learn, that pain is temporary, but giving up shapes your entire destiny. The warrior knows that suffering is a teacher, that adversity is a forge, that discomfort is not a signal to stop, but a signal to awaken. Gaman is the bridge between who you are and who you could be if you refuse to surrender. It is the thread that connects your present struggle to your future strength. Picture yourself 5 years from now, looking back on this moment, the moment you wanted to give up. Imagine how proud you would be to know that you endured, that you stood firm, that you carried yourself with calm discipline, even when your heart felt heavy. That version of you, stronger, wiser, more unshakable, is built by the choices you make in the quiet battles no one else sees. The world teaches you to chase comfort, to avoid pain, to look for shortcuts, but the warrior knows that the path of least resistance never leads to greatness. Endurance, patient, dignified endurance, is how steel is forged. It's how character is built. It's how ordinary people become extraordinary. And Gaman is not just for moments of crisis, it's for everyday life. It's for waking up early when you don't feel like it. It's for staying kind when your patience wears thin. It's for being honest when dishonesty would be easier. It's for doing the right thing when no one is watching. It's for holding yourself together when everything feels uncertain. This is only the beginning of understanding why some people possess an almost supernatural strength. A strength that does not waver, a strength that does not crumble, a strength that remains even when their body and mind are exhausted. They have mastered Gaman, and soon you will too. But before you truly understand Gaman, you must understand the nature of struggle itself. Most people believe that pain is the enemy. They treat discomfort as a warning sign to retreat, to escape, to shut down. But the warrior sees pain differently. Pain is information. It's a message from reality. It tells you where your limits are, and it invites you to step beyond them. Think of a blacksmith forging a blade. The steel is heated until it glows white hot, then hammered again and again. The steel would shatter under the first strike if it had never been through the fire. But because it endures the heat, the pressure, the shaping, it becomes sharp, strong, unbreakable. In life, we are forged the same way. Not through comfort, but through challenge. Not through ease, but through adversity. Gaman is the art of allowing life's hammer to strike you without losing the integrity of who you are. There is a quiet dignity in enduring hardship with presence. It is not about pretending you're unaffected. It's about choosing not to collapse into despair. It's about acknowledging the pain without becoming the pain. A Zen master once said, "A storm lives inside every person. But the wise learn to let the storm pass through them, instead of becoming the storm." That is Gaman, the discipline to remain rooted in your true self, even when your emotions try to uproot you. Modern life tests this more than ever. Our minds are overstimulated, our emotions are constantly tugged in every direction, and our attention is pulled into battles that drain us. You wake up already tired. You carry unspoken stress. You feel the pressure to be productive, to be liked, to be perfect. You fight invisible wars no one knows about. And often, the hardest battles are the ones you face in silence. Yet silence is also where Gaman lives. In Japanese culture, there is a deep respect for people who endure hardship quietly, with patience and humility. Not because they hide their pain, but because they refuse to let their suffering define them. They walk forward with a spirit that cannot be rattled. This is not suppression, it is sovereignty. It is choosing mastery over reactivity. It is choosing who you will be, even when life gives you no easy options. To practice Gaman is to step out of the frantic energy of reaction and into the calm space of awareness. It is the ability to breathe deeply when the world pushes you to panic. It is the choice to take one more step when your body and mind beg you to stop. It is the refusal to be consumed by frustration, fear, or fatigue. It is the art of not giving up, not out of stubbornness, but out of understanding. There is a moment in every challenge when you feel the temptation to quit. It creeps in quietly like a whisper. "This is too much, you can't handle this, just stop." Most people listen to that voice. They fold, they retreat. They convince themselves they tried. But the warrior hears the same whisper and answers differently. Not with anger, not with force, but with calm certainty. Just one more breath, just one more step, just one more moment of presence. That is enough to keep going. Because the truth is, giving up rarely happens all at once. It happens in small moments, the moments when you choose comfort over growth, avoidance over effort, distraction over discipline. Gaman teaches you to win those micro moments, to stay present, to stay steady, to stay connected to your purpose. When you hold yourself upright in the midst of difficulty, something powerful begins to happen. You start to trust yourself again. You begin to see that you are capable of more than you ever believed. Confidence grows not from success, but from endurance, from proving to yourself that you can survive discomfort, and with each moment of endurance your inner strength expands. There is a story of an old monk who carried water up a mountain every day for decades. The path was steep, rocky, and unforgiving. One day, a young student asked him, "Master, why do you carry this heavy water yourself? You are old, you are revered. Let others carry it for you." The monk smiled and replied, "If I stop carrying the weight, the mountain will become larger than my spirit." The boy didn't understand then, but years later, he realized the lesson. By enduring the weight, the monk was strengthening something far more important than his body. He was strengthening his mind. This is the essence of Gaman, enduring the weight so your spirit grows stronger than the mountain. In your own life, the mountain may not be physical. It may be emotional pain, financial stress, loneliness, self-doubt, exhaustion, a dream that feels too far away, a responsibility you never asked for. But whatever your burden is, Gaman gives you the clarity to stand beneath it without losing your center. And this endurance is not passive. It is active, intentional, powerful. It's the kind of endurance that shapes you, the kind that deepens your character, the kind that makes you someone others look up to without fully understanding why. People will sense something different about you, a calm strength, a deep presence, a stability that cannot be shook. They may call it discipline, resilience, or inner peace, but you will know its true name. When you walk with Gaman, you walk with dignity. No matter what life throws at you, you become the person who does not fall apart under pressure, the person who does not run from difficulty, the person who remains grounded, steady, unshakable. You become the calm in the storm. Not because your life is easy, but because your spirit is disciplined, and slowly, without realizing it, you begin to transform. You stop reacting to every emotion. You stop fearing discomfort. You stop breaking under pressure. You learn to bend, not shatter, to breathe, not panic, to continue, even when continuation feels impossible. This is the secret strength of those who never give up. They are not superhuman, they have sim. Ply learned the warrior's way of enduring with presence, patience, and grace. This is Gaman, and it will change you. To truly understand Gaman, you must understand the space between emotion and action. That small, quiet space is where your power lives. Most people never find it. They feel an emotion, stress, anger, fear, disappointment, and they react instantly. They lash out, they withdraw, they complain, they collapse. They make decisions that come not from clarity, but from overwhelm. But the warrior lives in that space. Gaman is the discipline to pause when your instincts scream for you to run. It's the subtle moment where you take one breath, then another, until the emotions lose their grip and your awareness returns. This is why Zen monks train their breath before they train their mind, because breath is the gateway to presence. When the breath softens, the mind softens. When the mind softens, the world becomes manageable again. Imagine standing on the edge of a vast cliff, wind pushing against you. Behind you is safety. In front of you is the unknown. Your heart beats fast. Your legs tremble. Your mind paints vivid pictures of danger. Yet if you close your eyes and feel your breath, something changes. The wind doesn't stop. The cliff doesn't disappear. The fear doesn't entirely vanish. But suddenly, you can step forward, not because the danger is gone, but because you are present enough to face it with intention rather than panic. This is the strength of Gaman, the strength to act with clarity even when emotion threatens to overwhelm you. In modern psychology, this is called emotional regulation. Not suppression, not avoidance, regulation. The ability to hold your emotions without letting them dictate your actions. And the research is clear. People who master this skill are more resilient, more confident, more successful, and more grounded. They don't crumble under stress. They don't lose themselves during conflict. They don't make decisions they regret. They respond rather than react. But the Japanese understood this long before the science existed. They knew that a calm mind was a sharp mind. They believed that a warrior who panics loses before the battle even begins. And so they cultivated Gaman, a mind that remains steady under pressure, a spirit that doesn't fracture when tested. You've seen this in your own life. Think of a time when you were overwhelmed, yet somehow managed to remain calm. Maybe it was during a crisis at work. Maybe it was when someone you love was going through pain. Maybe it was a moment of heartbreak, or fear, or uncertainty, yet you found a strange stillness inside you that carried you through. That stillness wasn't an accident. It was your dormant strength awakening. It was Gaman living in your bones, waiting for the moment you needed it most. The more you practice this, the more natural it becomes. Over time, difficulty no longer frightens you. Instead of panicking, you observe. Instead of reacting, you choose. Instead of breaking, you bend. And every moment you endure with presence deepens your capacity for resilience. There is an old Japanese saying, "Rain falls on all of us, but some learn how to remain dry." That is the essence of Gaman, the understanding that suffering is universal, but how you carry yourself through it is where your true character is revealed. To endure does not mean to be numb. It does not mean to pretend you're unaffected. It means to feel deeply and yet remain grounded. It means to acknowledge the storm without letting it pull you into chaos. It means to understand that even your heaviest emotions are temporary. And this understanding frees you from fear, because what we truly fear, not the events themselves, but the emotions they bring. The sting of failure, the ache of disappointment, the pressure of responsibility, the weight of uncertainty. But when you learn to endure emotion with grace, when you learn that you can hold pain without breaking, fear loses its power over you. And when fear loses power, your spirit begins to expand. This is why those who master Gaman seem unshakable. People admire them without fully understanding why. They radiate calm. They move slowly and deliberately. They speak with weight, not volume. They face difficulty with a kind of quiet confidence. Not because they lack emotion, but because they are not mastered by emotion. You can cultivate this same presence in your daily life. You can practice Gaman in simple moments, when you're impatient in traffic, when someone speaks to you harshly, when plans fall apart, when stress builds, when fatigue whispers at you to give up. These are small opportunities to strengthen your spirit. Small moments where you can choose growth instead of surrender. And if you practice that choice day after day, moment after moment, your endurance will evolve into something deeper, something unbreakable, something that astonishes even you. This is when Gaman transforms from a skill into a way of being. Your mind becomes less reactive. Your emotions lose their grip. Your discipline strengthens. Your presence deepens. You begin to move through the world with a quiet power. People will notice. They will sense something different about you. They won't know what it is, but they will feel it. The way you breathe, the way you hold yourself, the way you don't panic when everyone else does, the way you stay steady under pressure, the way you rise again and again no matter how many times you fall. This is the strength of a true warrior, the strength of a person who no longer fears hardship, the strength of someone who understands that storms do not last forever, but the character shaped by enduring them does. This is Gaman. And it is transforming you, breath by breath, moment by moment. But Gaman is not only the strength to endure, it is the strength to endure with meaning. Without meaning, endurance becomes suffering. With meaning, endurance becomes transformation. Think about the times in your life when you pushed through something difficult, not because you were forced to, but because something inside you whispered, "This matters." Maybe it was taking care of someone you love when you were exhausted. Maybe it was pursuing a dream that no one else believed in. Maybe it was fighting through loneliness, hardship, or uncertainty because some part of you knew your future depended on your perseverance. That why, that inner purpose, is the flame that keeps Gaman alive. Without that flame, hardship becomes unbearable. But with it, even the heaviest burden can be carried with dignity. In ancient Japan, warriors were taught to anchor their endurance to something greater than themselves: loyalty, honor, protection of their clan, service to the community. and most importantly, the mastery of their own spirit. Their hardship was never pointless, it was always connected to a higher purpose. Because when a warrior forgets why they endure, they begin to crumble. But when they remember, even the impossible becomes possible. In modern life, we are rarely asked to fight physical battles, yet we face internal struggles that are just as demanding: anxiety, self-doubt, failure, heartbreak, overwhelming responsibilities, a sense of directionlessness. These are battles that press on the mind, the heart, and the spirit. And without a reason to endure, they can crush you. But when you have a purpose, even a small one, hardship becomes a teacher instead of a punishment. It becomes the path to a better version of yourself. Your purpose doesn't need to be dramatic. It might be quiet. It might be deeply personal. It might be something no one else understands. Maybe your purpose is to become someone your younger self would be proud of. Maybe it's to break a cycle of weakness or fear that has followed you your whole life. Maybe it's to become strong enough to support your family, to build a life of stability, to rise above the chaos you were born into. Or maybe your purpose is spiritual, the quiet, powerful desire to master your own mind. Whatever your purpose is, Gaman grows from it. When you endure for a reason, you stop feeling like a victim of circumstance. You stop asking, why is this happening to me? And you start asking, who am I becoming because of this? This shift is subtle, but it changes everything. It turns suffering into strength. It turns chaos into clarity. It turns breaking points into breakthroughs. Gaman is endurance infused with wisdom. It's the understanding that today's difficulty is molding you into someone stronger, calmer, and more grounded. It's the belief that hardship is not the end of your story, but the shaping of it. It's the deep trust that your path is unfolding exactly as it needs to, even if it feels unbearable in the moment. And when you embrace this truth, you begin to walk differently. You move through challenges with a sense of respect, not resentment. You carry your burdens without complaining, not out of pride, but out of purpose. You stop wasting energy on why me, and start investing energy into how this will forge me. This is why those who practice Gaman often appear mysterious. People see their strength, but they don't see the purpose fueling it. They see the endurance, but not the meaning beneath it. They see the calm, but not the fire that keeps them moving. They see the outer stillness, but not the inner resolve. And that resolve comes from knowing that giving up is not neutral. It changes the shape of your life. Every time you quit, you teach your spirit that your limits are closer than they truly are. Every time you walk away from difficulty, you strengthen the part of you that fears discomfort. But every time you continue, even shakily, even slowly, even imperfectly, you strengthen the part of you that cannot be broken. Gaman is the practice of becoming someone who trusts their own resilience. Someone who knows, I can withstand this. Someone who knows, this moment will not define me, how I endure it will. Someone who knows, I may feel pain, I may feel fear, I may feel doubt, but I will keep going. This kind of strength does not appear suddenly. It builds layer by layer, moment by moment, breath by breath. It's shaped in the quiet hours when you choose discipline over distraction, in the lonely nights when you refuse to collapse into despair, in the mornings when you rise even though your spirit feels heavy, in the difficult conversations you face with honesty instead of avoidance, in the responsibilities you carry without complaint, in the pain you allow yourself to feel without allowing it to destroy you. The world doesn't reward silent endurance. It doesn't applaud internal battles. It doesn't see the nights you push through, the tears you hold, the fears you confront, the temptations you resist. But you feel the strength forming inside you. And one day, that strength will become so profound that the same storms that once terrified you will barely move you. You will look back and realize that the difficulties you once cursed were the very things that shaped your unshakable presence. This is the secret strength of those who never give up. They are built by the moments when no one is watching. They are shaped by the burdens they carry with quiet dignity. They are formed through purpose-driven endurance. This is Gaman, the strength to endure, the wisdom to find meaning, and the resilience to rise again and again, no matter how many times life tests you. But there is a moment in every journey when endurance becomes more than survival. A moment when something inside you shifts. When you stop walking simply because you must and begin walking because you choose to. This is where Gaman transforms from effort into identity, It happens quietly, subtly. You may not notice it at first. One day, the pressure that once made your chest tighten no longer shakes you. The doubt that used to cloud your mind now passes like mist. The setbacks that once pulled you into despair now feel like minor disruptions. You begin to sense a deeper stability within yourself, a groundedness that cannot be easily disturbed. This is the evolution of the spirit. The moment endurance becomes strength, and strength becomes peace. People imagine that resilience looks dramatic, loud, heroic. But in truth, real resilience often looks like this: waking up and doing what needs to be done, even when you don't feel like it. Speaking with kindness even when your heart is heavy. Staying patient when frustration rises. Holding your composure when life throws chaos at you. Continuing to walk your path, step by step, even when the destination is unclear. This is the quiet heroism of Gaman. And here is the beautiful paradoxical truth: the more you practice Gaman, the less you need to rely on force, because the world's turbulence no longer disturbs your inner stillness. You begin to see that the storms around you are nothing compared to the storms you've already endured within yourself. You begin to trust that your spirit is bigger than your circumstances. You begin to understand that the warrior's path is not about defeating difficulty, but about becoming a person whom difficulty cannot defeat. This shift is subtle, but it transforms everything. You move through life with a different energy, not hard, not rigid, not tense, but fluid, steady and grounded. You stop wasting energy on panic or frustration. You start responding with clarity and intention. You begin to conserve your power, protecting it like a flame in the dark. Challenges no longer drain you, they refine you, and this refinement leads to something deeper still: the birth of inner peace. Inner peace does not come from a life without problems. It comes from a spirit unshaken by problems. It comes from understanding that you are not defined by your pain, your past, or your setbacks. You are defined by your response to them. You are defined by the quiet strength that rises within you each time life tests you. This strength isn't loud. It doesn't need to announce itself. It reveals itself through your presence. People feel safer around you. They listen when you speak. They sense your stability. They are drawn to your calm because it is rare in a world filled with noise. You become a person who carries storms without becoming one. And then, something even more profound happens. You begin to inspire others without trying. Your endurance becomes a silent beacon, your CA. becomes a form of leadership. Your resilience becomes a reminder to others that they too can endure, that they too can rise, that they too can face the weight of life with dignity. This is the true gift of Gaman, not only that it strengthens you, but that it strengthens those who walk beside you. Because when people witness someone who endures with grace, they remember their own strength. They remember that pain is temporary. They remember that they are capable of more than they believe. They remember that the human spirit is infinitely resilient when anchored to purpose, and you, simply by living with calm perseverance, become part of that memory. But the path of Gaman does not promise ease. It promises transformation, and transformation always requires discomfort. You will face days when your spirit feels stretched thin, when your patience wears down, when your heart feels heavy. But those moments are not failures, they are the training grounds of the warrior. Each one is sharpening you. Each one is shaping you. Each one is preparing you for the life you are meant to live. There will be moments when you want to quit, when you feel unseen, when you feel alone, when you feel exhausted by the very act of continuing. In those moments, remember this: endurance does not mean carrying everything alone. It means trusting that your spirit can withstand what your mind fears. It means believing in your ability to rise, even when rising feels impossible. You may not realize it now, but every challenge you've ever survived has made you stronger. Every hardship you've endured has carved depth into your character. Every setback has forged your resilience. Every storm has prepared you for the path ahead. And when you embrace this, something magnificent happens. You stop fearing struggle. You begin to walk into difficulty with awareness, with breath, with presence. You begin to understand that pain is not punishment. It is the sculptor of your spirit. This is the heart of Gaman. To endure what must be endured, to remain composed when others fall apart, to breathe deeply in moments of chaos, to continue walking not with desperation, but with quiet purpose. To hold your dignity, your presence, your inner equilibrium, no matter how difficult the circumstances. And perhaps the greatest strength of all is this: you begin to realize that you are not enduring life, you are mastering it. Every breath you take in hardship is a declaration: I am still here. Every step you take in difficulty is a promise: I will not be broken. Every moment you choose resilience over surrender is a testament: my spirit is stronger than my circumstance. This is the secret strength of those who never give up. This is the quiet, enduring fire that turns ordinary lives into extraordinary ones. This is the ancient wisdom that has guided warriors, monks, and seekers for centuries. And now, it belongs to you. Carry it with honor. Carry it with patience. Carry it with presence. For the world will test you, but you are ready. The storms will come, but you will remain. The mountains will rise, but your spirit will rise higher. Walk your path with Gaman. Walk it with dignity. Walk it with calm strength. Walk it with the unshakable presence of a true Zen warrior. And when life asks you again and again to keep going, you will. Because endurance is no longer something you do. It is someone you have become. If this message spoke to you, subscribe to the Zen Warrior. Be calm, be strong, be present.